Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Couch Racing Chronicles. Yes, hi, I exist. I have returned. I'm AJ, Team 17 admin. Sorry I was away last week. I had some personal matters to deal with, but I have returned, and I got some friends here with me today. Who do we got?
You guys already know me by now. What's up, everybody? My name is Shanny, the Ryan Priest simp, or or in this case, the William. Okay, I can't speak. I'm sorry, guys. The William Byron simp out of us here, and yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Checker here. Just got back. Wow, holy shit! We just got back from Chicago, and I didn't even need the body armor. Damn. Okay. Anyways, so we're back from Chicago. I'm excited to talk about today. I won't do too much. A lot is going on, so I won't get into that factor. But we got a lot to talk about today. It is a juicy episode. We got to talk about.
Yes, it is indeed a juicy episode. Also, real quick, Sonny is running a little bit late, so he will pop in mid-episode as we are recording. So it is just the three of us for right now. As always, our lovely audio person, ISO, in the background. We appreciate her, even though I need to send a SAR bomb to her location at this moment in time, but I digress. So we just got off of Chicago. Shane Van Gisbergen dominated the weekend, won the Xfinity race on Saturday and the Cup race on Sunday. Real quick, we have a lot to talk about this weekend, but overall, I got to ask Checker and Channy both, do we feel like this could potentially be the final race for the Chicago Street Course?
Honestly, that's the thing. You know what's sad? If this is truly the final street course, we had no fucking rain. No rain on this Sunday compared to every other fucking race we've been to. What the hell? We get one race with no rain. Well, close to it. Basically finished off with a decent weather schedule, a dry track. And then we have Kiwi sweep the week. But honestly, that's tough because a lot of people really love the Chicago street race, but a lot of other people just want to change. I've been hearing, back and forth, is it going to go to Chicagoland? Is it going to be another street race? I don't know. All I know is that whatever it is, I just don't know exactly 100% the answer, but if I take a guess, I'm probably going to have to say there's going to be a change, hopefully next year.
Yeah, and I could see why you say that, but Channy, your thoughts on this real quick before I continue?
Personally, I don't think it is, but that's just me.
Well, I mean, I imagine you personally, you want to see the street race continue because, you are from Northern Illinois or you grew up in that area. So, I mean, this is kind of huge for you, right? I mean, that's technically your home track. Now, I do want to pose this question on you, too, as well. If we don't return to the street course and say we do go back to Chicagoland, which is really not that far from downtown Chicago, it's in Joliet. So, would that make, what's the word I'm looking for here? Would that be a bigger impact on you too because of given that track's history?
I think it would be, yeah.
So let me ask you this then. I know you've only been in the sport for a couple of years, but do you know about the track at all?
No.
Okay, so for context, Chicagoland is a D-shaped oval. It's a mile and a half in Joliet, and it was fairly popular for NASCAR fans in the Illinois market for many years. And we raced there from 2001 all the way up until 2019. Was it 2019? Yeah, 2019, because we didn't race there in 2020 because of COVID. So
because of the whole COVID era.
Yeah, we don't talk about COVID. Anyways, but I personally like Chicagoland, and I mean, it didn't really race that great with the next gen, or why did I say the next gen? Sorry, the Gen 6. It didn't race all that great with the Gen 6, but it was a really fun track for IndyCar, because IndyCar raced there for so many years. It was one of those tracks where everything was just so perfect about it. the racing actually, when you could pass, it was actually fairly decent. But I digress on that. So let's get into everyone's weekend. Us, we'll talk about it later in the show, but we had some issues all race long. Unfortunate, but I mean, we were still in the fight at the end. We're still above the cutoff, and I think we finished 18th despite all the issues we had, which was unfortunate because it happened so early in the race, and I mean, there was nothing we could really do about it, right? And we could just had to ride it out, unfortunately, because it was an internal issue that could not be fixed. Which again, we'll talk about it later on. But still a solid day despite all the issues. How about you guys?
Oh, that's the thing. Oh man, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I did not even watch the race. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not watch the race at all. But
Well, Ryan Blaney did fairly well.
I did hear about that yet. But I am really a little agitated that Bella's having an okay day. But yeah, I think we were running towards the end. I think we were running the top 10, I think, or maybe the top 15, and then we got fucking sent from Austin Hill, and we
I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah, I don't know either, but we had a solid 22nd place finish. Got another track coming up, which we're going to be discussing as well. I'm confident with Bell again on that track, but okay, I get it. Shut up, Life 360. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, overall though, I'd say it was an okay day. So, yeah, but I think Allgaier did good as well. But
Allgaier had issues all weekend too.
Oh yeah. This is how spaced out I was during Chicago. So, yeah.
Brad unfortunately DNF'd again. It's like DNF number 7 this year.
Bro, okay. I don't know what the hell is going on with the 6 team, but Jesus Christ, man.
Well, that was more of a matter of Carson Hocevar being an idiot. And just Brad had nowhere to go. And the car was killed in the stacked up. So, not really Brad's fault. He couldn't really do anything about it. So, just Carson Hocevar being Carson Hocevar, I guess.
Chick-fil-A drive-thru number 2.
Yeah, for real. I remember we were sitting in the chat, and I said, "Oh God, we're about to have a repeat of 2023, aren't we?" And early enough, we did.
Carson
on lap
said
3.
Yeah, Carson said send it, and then got spinned. I remember Austin Dillon's comments. So I actually listened to the Radioactive this week. I remember Austin Dillon's comments. I'm like, man.
I mean, he's really not wrong. I look. I try to give every driver the benefit of the doubt, but after the replay, Carson just. He took his head and threw it on the floorboard in that moment in time. So, I mean, whatever. Anyways, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. Oh yeah. I guess since Sonny's not here, I guess Kyle Busch had an up and down day. After all the spins, I think it was just 1 or 2 spins he had.
Yeah.
He came back to finish in the top 5.
That's actually pretty good for him. Actually, yeah, we never have to ask. I wonder how Chandy's weekend was.
Yeah, I
was about to say, you're just going to skip me over?
Yeah, because I was about to ask, hey, what happened to William Byron?
I'm not sure what happened. Probably like an engine failure or something like that.
No, he had a clutch issue.
Oh yeah, clutch issue. Yeah, that was something. But on the good side, we got a top 10 with Ryan Preece.
I'll tell you what, before I get to what I want to say about Byron for a second, Ryan Preece has been on a roll these road courses. I think he's finally figured it out since he went to the 60 car. Sorry, I was drinking my C4. So,
you're good.
My thing about Byron is he's had a rough weekend. Crashed in practice, had to go to a backup car, started dead last, and was actually working his way through the field, and then the clutch went out. And unfortunately, he was done for the day early on, which unfortunate because he's been doing okay in points. he hasn't win. I'm not really worried about it, but everything else though, it's not been a good couple of weeks for Byron because he hasn't really executed, right? Road courses aren't exactly his forte, so I mean, he wasn't really a pick in my opinion, or going to be a contributing factor even starting in the back. So I mean, it is what it is. So with that, gentlemen, do we want to get to the next segment?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Let's
All right.
go.
All right, time for Ask AJ. Since, again, Sonny isn't here at the moment, it'll be just the two of you. So if you guys want to ask 2 questions, you're more than welcome to. So, ask away.
Okay, so I'm gonna get this right off the bat because I know I already asked Sonny this question once before, and that question was, "What was your favorite moment in our voice chats?" Either it's like non NASCAR wise and or NASCAR wise.
I think you know the one I want to say, but I'm for copyright reasons and for other reasons, I'm not going to say it. But all I'm going to say is Pocono 2023. If you know, you know.
Oh no! And I have that recorded too.
For obvious reasons, I'm not going to mention it because I don't want to get myself canceled. But let's just say, if you've seen Michael Brutz's impressions of Ty Gibbs, that's all I'm going to say. And I did a spin off on that in mid call during that race, and it about broke the entire chat. It was pretty funny. Other than that, probably one of my other favorite moments is when, oh God, Checker's going to kill me for this one. Nashville 2022. The Dr. Pepper, the infamous Dr. Pepper chug.
I had to think for a minute, 2022. What the fuck? And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I remember because okay.
The infamous Dr. Pepper chug.
It all started because of a bet. It literally started all because of a goddamn bet.
So, for context, Checker and I made a bet, and the bet, well, I forgot what the bet was.
Oh, it was because it was seeing how many subscribers. I think it was how many subscribers I was getting. I think.
Yeah.
Subscribers was getting before I think a week. I think.
Okay, so the context was if Checker got 700 subscribers on his YouTube channel at the time, I had to chug a 2-liter Dr. Pepper. Well, we met in the middle, and I chugged a 1-liter. We were under a rain delay at Nashville, and let's just say the chug went horribly wrong. Horribly wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the bet was... I think that the winning bets were... It was the Dr. Pepper chug, and then it was me shaving my beard off, I think.
Well, and that you were going to do it either way, so we just met in the middle and said, fuck it, I'll chug it either way.
Yeah. And then I scared this was an old the old server. I scared the shit out of the whole server.
Yeah, so we were in a server together for a very long time. If you know, you know. And I remember seeing the Snapchat from Checker when he shaved his beard off. I was mortified. And I had the audacity to fucking take a screenshot of this shit and share it in the voice chat, and then I about broke everybody.
The other host that we used to work with, oh my God, he had a cursed crash out during that whole thing.
Oh yeah, yes he did. Yes he did. Yeah, but other than that, that's probably the one that sticks out to me the most. Another one of my favorites personally is probably this is probably from the old server too, so Checker probably remembers this very well. We had a rain delay at Talladega back in 2021 when Bubba Wallace won, and MRN was having issues all day, so that was the first time we were calling the race, doing like a play-by-play style, right? And I was streaming the race with the NASCAR.com camera apps at the time, right? This is before the HVMX in-car cameras. And it was actually a lot of fun. Calling that race with no audio and just straight up play-by-play, it was really fun. I mean, keep in mind, I work nights, and I was barely running on any sleep when I was watching that race. But that was really fun. And I would do it again in a heartbeat, right? But as I got older, that really isn't my style now. But I mean, for that spur of the moment, it was pretty cool. Checker, do you have a question?
Um, um, so the question would actually be like, if you had to like go to, if you okay, if you were a, you know, I'm trying like how to put this. I'm trying to figure out. It's hard to word it right now in my head. Like if you had to like come up with your own race, like come up with your own NASCAR race. It could be any series. If you had to pick the the race, the track, and a driver scenario, like any type of scenario where there could be a first time winner from any year you can change. What would it be?
Uh, okay, so real quick. So, what do you mean? So, like, if I had to reimagine a first time winner, where would
Like
it be?
yeah, like if you can picture anybody's first time win in any series, but if you get to pick if you get to pick the track, where would you want it to be?
Um, Probably when Chris Buescher won at Pocono. I wish he would have won it like Daytona or something, because that would have been a little bit more magical for Front Row. Because Front Row at the time was a start park team, and when he was there, they weren't that great. But I think when Michael McDowell got there in 2018, they became the team they became today. So, in my opinion, I would like to see Chris Buescher's first win um, redone. It would probably be at Daytona or Talladega, because that's where Front Rows had a lot of their success on plate tracks, right? And they were a good pushing team, because Front Row back then, they were not that great on mile and a half or road courses, right? So that was their best tracks to shine at, was Daytona and Talladega. So I mean, another one would probably be when Jeremy Clements got his first win at Road America. Road America. This dude got a win at Road America in a underfunded car, his own team. That's still, um, I don't know, man. That one I'm still questioned by to this day. I mean, he had a really fast car, no doubt about it. But in my opinion, it should have been at like Daytona. Definitely try that. So, um, Channy, did you want to ask your next question?
I think I'm okay.
Checker.
Yeah, I really don't have anything else this week. That was the first thing that just popped into my head.
Okay, so you're just gonna be a bitch ass motherfucker. Got it. I'm just kidding. All right, gentlemen, let's get into green flag, red flag, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right, Channy, read us off.
All right. Now, the first topic of green flag, red flag. Brandon Jones was black flagged in stage 1 of Saturday's Xfinity race for having no radio communication between him and his team. Green flag, red flag, AJ.
Red flag. This shouldn't have happened. He had a radio issue in the beginning of the race, and that is a big issue. Okay, because if you are driving a race car, a 3,400 pound race car with no radio communication, you're basically driving blind, right? So, I mean, this is a very common issue in NASCAR. Believe it or not, I think this is like the first time in a while I've seen a driver get black flagged for this. So, um, good on NASCAR for catching it, but this shouldn't have happened. He should have came down pit road and fixed the radio issue right then and there. But I don't know if they ever got it fixed, because I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't really watch the Xfinity race. I watched the end of it, or I'm sorry, I listened to the end of it, but that was about it. So, but I mean, good on NASCAR for catching it, but you can't go on a street course where it's already hard to spot. You have no radio communication between you and your spotter and your team, right? So it's like I said, it's basically like you're going in blind, and I don't know. It's just that one was kind of ridiculous to me, but I mean, good. Like I said, just good on NASCAR for catching it. So red flag.
All right. I'm I'm gonna hop on the same boat and say red flag too. Like kind of repeating what you kind of said before, which was good. Like good on NASCAR for catching that issue, but yeah, it's a red flag for me. Checker.
I mean, you guys literally just said what you have to say. I'm literally on the same boat as you guys. Red flag as well. You basically got to obviously safety. You know.
Yeah, safety is a big concern in this matter, and God forbid if he had gotten into a wreck or under the tire barrier, and he had no radio communication to his team, and he could have been seriously hurt. That's a matter of safety. That's the way I look at it, right? So
exactly, because you're literally going in blind. If you don't hear anybody talking, you're thinking to yourself, "Are they good?" And they literally, but you don't know because the technology and the communication's not working. But that's a serious safety issue, and I'm glad that, of course, NASCAR was up to the code on that part. And yeah, I'm not gonna say they further. I'm just gonna say red flag and come to an agreement with all three of you.
go ahead, Channing.
All right. NASCAR throws a caution during stage 3 on Sunday's race due to a medical emergency for a fan that needed to be evaluated from the street course. I gotta say green flag
That's
on
it.
that. Huh?
Real quick, that says evacuated.
Evacuated? Sorry.
Yeah.
But I gotta say green flag because I can't English. I gotta say that's kind of a W on NASCAR's terms because they're like looking out for everybody else just for their safety and caution and all that. So I'm going to say green flag on this. AJ.
Yeah, I'm green flag on this too. I mean, this was kind of a bizarre caution, and I don't think I've ever seen a caution for a medical emergency before. So that's a first in my 20 plus years as a fan. But no, good on NASCAR and the safety teams for catching this. And I really hope that fan was okay because medical emergencies are not fun and they're to be taken seriously. And especially you're on a public street like that, the safety team has to do what they need to do to make sure everyone is safe and everyone is in good health. So, I mean, if that means throwing a caution in the middle of the anyone gets across the street safely and nobody gets hurt. Good. Good on their part. Good on NASCAR for catching this. That's the one thing. That's probably one of the few things they did correct this weekend, if I'm being honest. So, it's just more the fact of we got to look out for each other, right? So, there was an incident a couple of years ago. I don't remember where it was. Oh, it was Talladega. This was 1987. So, for context, Bobby Allison flipped over at Talladega into the grandstands in 1987. This was during a time when NASCAR did not have any restrictor plates, and the cars would go over 220 miles an hour in the draft, which that's insane. Okay, really fast. And there was an instance when Bobby Allison flipped over into the catch fence, and the catch fence got completely destroyed, and a lot of people got hurt. There was an extended an extended red flag for that, and I think this proves. I look at this in a way of, I know this is a separate instance from that, but I look at the evolving safety we have for these cars and the evolving safety we have on our medical staff. All these years later, this is why. This is why we have such quick response times with the EMS. Even though the AMR safety team that they had on standby for this race was through the city of Chicago, they did a really good job regardless. And keep in mind, it was really hot in Chicago this weekend too. It was like in the high 80s, low 90s. So good on them for catching that. And let this be a lesson for everybody. Especially if you're going to a race, please, for the love of God, hydrate. I don't know what this medical emergency exactly was, but if I want to take a guess, it's probably had to do something with dehydration and heat exhaustion, which that could very be it, but I don't think it is. But this is just your reminder to anyone who goes to sporting events like this, please, for the love of God, please drink your water. This is why I say at the end of these podcasts, drink your fucking water. This is why. Go ahead, Checker.
I mean, no, I really nothing to say. Once again, you guys took the words right out of my mouth. So green flag on that part. Glad they got there in time for the safety for that fan, and glad everything came out perfectly. In the end, I'm hoping that person. Hopefully that person survived. I'm guessing. I'm hoping.
I haven't heard any commotion about it on Twitter, so I guess they're okay.
Well, that's good. So yeah, good
So,
part
real
on
quick-
NASCAR.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, yeah, that's pretty much it. Green flag.
So real quick, before Chanley, wow, okay. Before Chanley goes into the next topic, I actually want to bring something up that kind of ties into this. I shared something in a chat in this server yesterday, actually. So there was a drag race. I don't know where it was. There was a nitro drag race and in the sportsman division. So basically, they raced old muscle cars, right? So someone was getting ready to go grid, and their engine caught fire. It was really bad, really, really, really bad. Okay, and I think if you guys want to look at it for yourselves, there's a link to the YouTube video in the other chat section. Look how bad this fire is. I mean, it's really bad. Keep in mind, this was caused by nitrous. This was a nitrous fire. Look how quick this fire spread to this car. It was bad. If you guys want to look at that really fast.
Yeah, I just did. Just wow, Jesus
So
Christ.
I don't know the word on the status of this driver, but the last I heard, they were in critical condition when they were taken to the hospital, and they had a really difficult time getting out of this car, which that really concerns me. And the reason why I bring this up is because fires are nothing to joke about either. And this is one of the biggest concerns I have in NASCAR, especially is, God forbid, a car catches fire and the driver has a hard time getting out because the car's on fire. Because, yeah, oh man, it's just, I had to bring that up. And the reason why I also bring that up too is because there was no track officials at the track with safety. And the people with these fire extinguishers trying to put this fire out, they were acting like cavemen. They had no clue what to do. And I'm just like, bro, you guys need to do better than this. This is bad. You should not let a fire get this out of control. Someone's life is in danger here. As far as that goes, that's a red flag for me. Oh boy. I'm already scared for the next topic. So go ahead, Channy.
2311 Racing and Front Row Motorsports have been denied a rehearing at their injunction reversal hearing in court. As a result of this, all cars on each team could potentially lose their charter as soon as the Dover weekend. I'm immediately going to go for AJ for this one.
Man, I feel lucky being called out for every single one of these. No, but this is a red flag. This is 100% a red flag. This is the thing I was scared of most of, and unfortunately it did happen. Okay? As far as this goes, NASCAR basically got the last word of this, and now all cars of each teams are potentially losing their charters starting next weekend. Do you realize how bad this is? Do all of you guys realize how serious this is? So do you know what that means? That means Tyler Reddick, who is in the hunt for the playoffs, is going to lose his charter. And in that case, he's not eligible to be guaranteed to be locked into every single race from this point forward.
Even if he wins this week?
Even if he wins. Even if he wins, even if he wins, that's not really a big deal. But missing races, that is a big deal. Okay? Going home and DNQing, because God forbid, at this point forward, if he crashes at Dover, he's going to go home. and they can't use a provisional. So, this whole situation is bullshit, in my opinion. I think the charter system as a whole is total bullshit. But what do I know? I'm just the average fan. But this is bad. This is bad for Bubba, who is barely above the cutoff too. So, it's also bad for this whole situation's bad in general, right? So, I don't know, man. I hate it for all of them. I really do, because no racer should have to worry about, especially teams that were a charter team, have to worry about, oh, I don't know if we're going to make it in this weekend. I don't know if we're going to make it in this weekend. Oh, if we crash, we're fucked, type of thing. This is bad, really bad, and I really wish they never had a lawsuit over this, but what do I know? Red flag.
Checker.
Black flag, literally. This is like the worst case scenario in this time, because you're literally going in wondering if you're going to be racing each week, or have a chance, of getting, knocked to the curb from like a crash zone, and then not making it in, let's just say if other open drivers come in, other open teams come in and wanting to enter as well. This is really bad for the 2311 and front row vehicles and the charters. It's really unfortunate, but what do I know? NASCAR is a greedy bitch. But I won't say the Verkes, of course. Yeah, I'm just an average fan. I really don't go too much into it, but all I'm going to say is this is just really unfortunate for drivers like Bubba, Reddick, Riley Herbst, Noah, Zane, and Todd. It's unfortunate for all of them, and sucks because we don't know. But the more big question is, how big is the severity? How big is the severity? For the teams, if they can keep themselves, going, because if they're just open teams, you would think you would. I know it's probably different opinions about this, but some sponsors could literally bat an eye and be like, But that's just me. I don't know what the future's going to hold. I don't know what's going to happen. For the rest of the season into next year, and how it further with the teams. But it's just unfortunate, and we got to roll with it, I guess. So yeah, black flag.
Well, I'm going to keep this short, and I'm going to keep this sweet. Just 2 words. Black flag.
So, I mean, understandable. So, to add on to what Checker just said, by the way, and Janie, if you need to go AFK, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
Okay, Channing has to go AFK for a bit. So this is bad for everybody involved. This is also bad for the teams that already do have a charter, and this is also bad for the teams. Well, this is also kind of a game for the teams that have open entries, like the JRMs.
NY Racing, MBM. Oh, well, still, you get what I mean, though.
Yeah, but this could also mean those teams I just mentioned, they can take those charters. NASCAR can sell those charters to those teams.
Yeah, clearly. It's like Stewart-Haas Racing a little bit over, but it's really not. Well, in the case scenario, it's not Stewart-Haas Racing, but you get what I mean, though. Other teams like Legacy, or, like Legacy, or even Richard Childress Racing, or even, what was it? Rick Ware Racing talking about wanting to do free. What that one guy tried to buy the team and then do free charters. They can literally just take those charters, and just to piece them together.
TJ Puncher.
Yeah, but you see what I mean. The Rick Ware Racing can literally say, "Oh, this is my ticket." Like, yeah, they can literally say, "This is my ticket," to make a free car team. They can literally just NASCAR can put those charters on the market, and they can go yoink.
Yeah, that's why I hate this whole charter system entirely. So NASCAR just basically took all of their charters away, and now they're pretty much going to put them up for sale. From the sounds of it, I don't really know what the outcome is going to be of this, and I really, really, really hope a resolution gets found here soon because this is just bad altogether.
Yeah.
So from this point forward, like I said, this means that all those cars I just mentioned, they're not guaranteed a spot to qualify every single week from this point forward.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. But I know that I wouldn't say it's gonna, affect I wouldn't say it's gonna obviously affect the team so badly that they might have to shut down the teams and all that. But I'm just saying realistically, you would think certain sponsors are gonna look at this and be like, well, you're not really you're not full time anymore. You're just a part time. We can literally go to because they can literally go to other teams, right? Oh wait, no. Oh, so they're loyal. Okay, I was just double checking
Nope.
that.
That doesn't necessarily work like that. So that's more so of that sponsor is dedicated to a contract with the team. Yes,
Okay.
they don't have a charter anymore. That doesn't exactly make them a full or a part-time team unless that is at that team's discretion. If the sponsor brings the money and they have a contract to abide to, and in this instance, let's say, God forbid, Monster, let's say they drop out of their contract with 2311, that could be really bad for Riley Herbst. That could also be really bad for Tyler Reddick.
Exactly.
Yep, that's their two main sponsors right there. Gone.
Same thing with Bubba and McDonald's. If McDonald's pulls out, then that's another big sponsor.
I don't really think McDonald's would pull out in this instance because they're too loyal to Bubba, and they've been very loyal to Bubba since 2311 was opened up in 2021. So I don't really see them leaving.
Monster would be a big hit. Would be a major hit.
And the other one with Front Row, so that in that instance, you look at the Long John Silvers. Personally, I don't see them leaving because Bob Jenkins, who owns Front Row, has a couple chains of Long John Silvers and A&W that he owns. Yeah. So if push comes to shove, he could pour some of his own money into that, and he pretty much already is. But I don't really see that happening, them leaving. Grillo's Pickles, on the other hand, maybe, because they don't really have that much of a commitment to Todd or Zane right now, right? Because they just joined last year. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, didn't they just recently did a sponsorship with Ty Gibbs, They recently did one with Ty and JGR. It was a co-sponsorship, but you know what I mean,
Well, that was more so the Sonic sponsorship, because Sonic had a collab with Grillo's going on at the time. So, they don't really have any involvement with JGR.
But you get what I mean. But certain sponsors can but in the long term, some sponsors can literally go,
Hey, you don't have a charter. Fuck you. I'm out.
Basically saying we'll just go to somebody else. Just go to another full charter team. Basically.
Well, I don't really think that would happen necessarily because look at Michael Jordan. He's got a crap ton of money. Look at Danny. He's got a crap ton of money. If they're willing to give them the money for it, I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I still see it either. But actually, I'm not trying to milk the topic too much. But speaking of Diddy, let's talk about Diddy about this real quick. How do you think he is going? How do you think he's going for right now? Because right now he's currently in the playoffs with his own ride, and then he just sees as a team owner, you see all this going on. Will this affect? Will this kind of affect more of the mindset going into the playoffs in the next few weeks? What do you think about Hamlin in this situation with the team and all that?
I definitely think it's a distraction on his part, which is kind of unfortunate because the business side of the sport. He's got to worry about 3 cars. He already has an open entry car, the 67 car, so he doesn't really have to worry about that. But the rest of his cars that were chartered, I'd be worried about it too. So I see that as a major distraction for him. Do I think this is gonna affect his performance in the playoffs? Oh, absolutely. But Denny has come through this type of adversity before. I know this is kind of a very big deal in a legality standpoint, but as far as Denny, the race car driver, goes, I think this should be more of a motivation for him to go get that championship, right? So, as much as I don't really like Denny Hamlin, but I hate it for him and Michael Jordan especially because that team is still a young team and they already just lost all their charters, or are about to. That really sucks. The team was just formed like 3 years ago, right? So it's unfortunate. It's a very unfortunate situation, and I hate it for everyone involved. But it's just, here's the problem with this charter system. Do you know how much a single NASCAR charter costs, Checker?
If I had to take guesses, I know it's obviously. I know it's okay. Let's play a little. Let's play a little bit of a game. Let's see if it's higher or lower. Let's take a guess. It has to be higher than 10 million at best. At best,
40 million.
Okay, yeah. So basically, yeah, 40
One
million.
single charter is $40 million.
So imagine Rick. Okay, but take this into perspective. Imagine TJ, buying Rick Ware Race. Like I said, like taking majority vote on Rick Ware Racing. Imagine he wants to buy 3 of the charters. If you take 40 million plus adding 2 more cars, 2 more charters, because they already have the 51 with Cody Ware. If you take a standpoint on that, and they want to get and what they say, like they want to get like a free like car system, like what 2027, I think I heard right.
Yeah, so you realize that's $120 billion.
Actually, we never got to talk about that real quick. Like, I forgot to mention it before, but how much was like the buyout? I know I probably forgot to talk about it, but how much was the buyout for like the Rick Ware thing? I was just curious.
100 million.
So take a perspective, like how much you're gonna have to buy for those charts. That's a big payout you got to do, especially if you want to build a free car team.
Yeah, and he's already pouring enough money into that team, plus the charters, plus the cars. The dude's got a lot of money because he used to own. He had an ownership stake in Spire and made a lot of money off of that. Bought out his contract with Spire and said, "You know what? Let me go for the next team right there." Rick Ware Racing.
Yeah. I obviously we won't milk in the factor of Rick Ware Racing because we actually still don't know what the hell the 100% day is going to be, what the scenario is. But there are many rumors shooting, come and go. But either way, building a NASCAR team and getting all these charters figured out, it's a clusterfuck. It's just a clusterfuck to put into perspective because we have this kind of, thing going on. Remember how Legacy and Rick Ware kind of have a little bit of a legal battle as well, trying to fight over a charter. And Legacy's Jimmy Johnson, of course, wants to try to buy, a third charter as well to build a 3-car team, which I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. I mean, don't get me wrong, Legacy has performed, decently this year, but I just don't think it's time to build a third charter, the third charter team. That's just me.
Not with what's going on with 2311 and Front Row. Not right now, at least. Also, welcome back, by the way, Channing. We're on the topic about the 2311 and Front Row lawsuit. So we're still on that topic. So if you want to go and put your green flag, red flag, go ahead.
I think I already put my flag before I left.
I think he did.
Oh, you said black flag.
Oh, okay, yeah, black. Okay, yeah.
Okay, sorry. We've been too invested in this conversation, so I totally spaced out.
No,
but
that's just
no.
Yeah, I was gonna say no. That's just the first spicy topic. There's more to come.
Anyways, let's move on to the next topic.
All right, our next topic. Chris Buescher struggles with engine issues that began before the first caution on lap 2 that lingered through the rest of the race and was able to rally back to 18th after being in the 20s and 30s most stage 1 and 2. Green flag, red flag, checker.
Well, it's unfortunate, obviously, for the 17, of course, that's unfortunate. But and it really sucks because Buescher looks like he cares. Look like he had a decent car, during practice qualifying, but it's just, I don't know, it just looked like every day came to dog shit when we got to stage 1, and I just knew from there I was like, oh man, some of those cars out there, it was just a lot of issues, a lot of going into that weekend, of course, not only for Cup but for Xfinity as well, but I think the perspective is just I'm happy that he had a solid day. I'm happy that he had a decent finish, but that just sucks. Plain and simple. I'm kind of like on the yellow flag because I'm happy that he finished, you know, a decent ranking in the top 20, but just running through the 20s and the 30s throughout the race, just unfortunate. But yeah, yellow flag.
AJ.
Well, green flag for him being able to rally back into the top 20 with an engine issue. So let me touch on this a little bit for those who are not aware of what happened. So he was up to fifth before the yellow came out on lap 3 for the multi-car wreck. He had an engine issue. It was an issue with the ECU, the electronic computer unit in the engine, and it could not be repaired. So he had to pretty much ride it out all day. So on lap 3, you could hear the car popping and backfiring really bad, and it was running really sour. I knew something was wrong before he said something over the radio about it, and yeah, just unfortunate. I mean, we didn't really need that because we were already above the cutoff, and we pretty much were able to stay above that cutoff line throughout the race because no new winner with SVG winning again. That's huge, and it's just unfortunate. I mean, you can't have a perfect weekend every single weekend. I mean, shit's gonna break, shit's gonna fail, shit happens, right? So, but from this point forward, we need to pray that we don't have any new winners from this point forward, unless it's actually Chris winning, right? So if somebody below that, like Michael McDowell, wins this weekend, we're screwed. We are screwed, okay? Because Michael McDowell's in the 20s in points, and that's going to put us below the cutoff depending on how our day goes, right? So, but yeah, I'm in the middle. I'm a yellow flag on this one because I'm happy he was able to rally back, like I said. But just unfortunate because the car was really fast. We were up to fifth before the yellow came out. Let that sink in. Then we were on pit road. Lost the lap. We benefited with the stage ending and the yellow coming out. Got back on the lead lap. Yeah, we were just a sit and duck all day. So yellow flag.
If you want me to let that sink in, I can just open the door
Why?
because it's a sink and it wants in.
That was so funny. I forgot to laugh.
I know I'm a joke. Anyways, you guys said everything else that you guys wanted to say. I don't think I can say anything else, but this is a yellow flag for me also.
So let me ask y'all a question before we get to the next topic.
Yeah, go ahead.
If we have a new winner this weekend, would you be worried about the Chris Bushers, the Alex Bowmans, the Bubba Wallace?
Oh yeah,
Guys who are just barely above the cutoff, right?
oh yeah, fuck yeah, for real. Like, let's just say, oh, I don't know. Let's say, I don't know. This is a random person. Like let's say, like John Hunter Nemechek, as an example, wins at Sonoma. This would majorly damage those climbing above the cutoff line and below the cutoff line. Let's look at this real quick. The standings, real quick. The playoffs right now. So for
Bushers plus 38.
yeah, Bush is plus
38,
wait.
I think.
No, he's plus 35. Bowman's plus 39. Reddick is comfortable at plus 143, but again, the charter thing, but we'll talk about that another time. And then there's Bubba, who's struggling. He's plus 2, and then there's Ryan Preece at minus 2. Those people you would have to start, worry about as a fan base when you see a first-time winner, I don't know, like Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Connor Nemechek, though, or even like Ty Dillon. I'm just throwing out names, but you get the picture, though. It's going to be if one of those, first time winners or a shocker comes in and basically surprises everybody, this is going to basically blow up the playoffs a lot in the perspective,
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I'm pretty worried about it right now. Yeah, we're sitting comfortably at plus 30, 35. But we need to execute these next couple weeks, especially. Sonoma is one of our better tracks, and we've been so close to winning here the last 3 years, and just pray to God we don't have any issues. Pray to God we don't wreck. I mean, pray to God we don't have an engine failure, right? So, I mean, I'm definitely worried about it, but this could be pretty big for if Michael McDowell wins this weekend, if Ty Gibbs wins this weekend, that's going to put Bubba below the cutoff, and potentially us if we have a bad day. So, I mean, yeah, oh man, this whole playoff system's just a mess. But I mean, speaking of that, how the hell is SVG already fourth in the playoff standings? 2 wins.
Kiwi.
2 wins. He's got 6 playoff points. Or 10 playoff points, because you earn 5 playoff points for every time you win, right? So
Yeah.
that's 10. That's insane to me that a car that's... Let me see where he is in the regular standings, right? He is...
SVG is about...
27th. 27th.
And... Man, those road courses definitely help. Let's just take this. Let's just take an example. Let's say SVG somehow wins Sonoma as well this week. This would honestly be, one of those ones where it's just like, what the actual fuck is NASCAR anymore?
I mean, this is impressive. I mean, for a rookie year, already has 2 wins and is very high in the playoff standings. That's impressive. But he's not going to be a legitimate factor through the rest of the playoffs because he's not that great on oval.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, hold on. I know we're not near the playoffs yet, but the only way he could hold on to a Fred if he somehow survives the round 16, because they're all ovals, the only way he could probably boost his way into the round of 8 if he wins the road course, the Charlotte road course, of course. But overall, it's just like I think realistically, if he misses on the road course on Charlotte, I think he goes out round 12. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him making it past the round of 16, if I'm being honest. Unless he has a fluke win at Daytona, right? Which anybody can win at Daytona. It's a wild card race. Let's be real. But no, I don't see him making it that far. But we'll get into that at some other point. Let's get to the next topic.
Hold on. Sorry, I was eating. Anyways, Cody Ware hits the tire barrier hard on the final lap on Sunday, and NASCAR did not immediately throw the caution because they, quote, did not see how hard, along with the threat of rain and lightning, end quote. Checker.
I think AJ's going to have to agree with this. I know we have like a ranking system here pinned in play chat, and I think he knows which flag I'm grabbing. So,
flag?
No. For the first time, well, I wouldn't say it's the first time ever, but we're going above black flag. We're going above blue flag. I believe that category is, oh yeah, that's so fucked. Basically, yeah, that's the scenario. That's so fucked. Because what the fuck are you guys, like, this guy... What was it like? He had what was it? What issue did he have? Like a broken.
He had a brake rotor explode.
Yeah, and he was going like 90 or something. I think 90 mile per hour. Then he just
He hit the wall 101 miles an hour.
Still though, and then they didn't throw the caution. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I get it for safety, the weather, all that, but if the guy literally is going 100 and plus and into the wall, I would think you would throw the caution, immediately. But what am I to say? It's kind of. Well, first of all, I'm kind of glad. I'm glad that Cody Ware did get out of that wreck. Like, he came out unscathed, but still, that was a scary hit. And the fact that I didn't throw the caution, I get it. Try to save for the rain, all that, but I wouldn't. Like, what was it like? They took 35 seconds until they threw that caution, and then
34.7 seconds.
Still though, that is goddamn ridiculous. And honestly, that is really a safety concern. That is a safety concern that should be talked about. But I'm obviously going to keep it short and sweet. I'm sure AJ will explain it longer coming up. So yeah, I'm blue flag. I'm like on the highest of the high for the worst case scenario from this whole event. So yeah,
AJ.
NASCAR, we need to be more consistent about this. This is unacceptable. 100% unacceptable. Red flag. Absolutely ridiculous. There is no reason we needed to wait 35 seconds for a driver that is under the tire barrier and said over the radio, I need help. I need help. This driver could be in serious danger. This could have been a whole lot worse than it was, and I'm very thankful. I did hear Tommy Baldwin did mention on Door Bumper Clear on Monday, Cody is doing, he's good. He's just a little sore,
yeah.
which that's really good. But this is bad.
I was gonna say this isn't the first time. Remember, the other time was what? Parker Kligerman.
Yes. So this is the second time NASCAR has been inconsistent. Well, I mean, this is multiple times, but the second one to date in recent memory was Parker Kligerman was leading at the Xfinity race at the Roval last fall, and I think it was Leyland Honeyman who went under the tire barrier, and they waited a whole solid minute to throw the yellow before Parker took the white, which that's unacceptable.
And not only that fucked over Parker for a win, but that's just ridiculous because Lehman could have been extremely hurt, similar to Cody, and
Right.
it's just that's unacceptable. Like that should also be studied and discussed more. Discussed more. That's just ridiculous on the officiate on that part.
So let me say what I need to say about this. Yes, it is unacceptable because NASCAR has been very inconsistent with yellows on road courses for years. Okay. Yes, they did say they wanted to wait a bit to see if he could get out of the tire barrier because last year when Kyle Larson hit the tire barrier, they immediately threw the yellow, and he was able to get out. Cody did not get out of the tire barrier and had the winter nut down. That should have been a yellow immediately right then and there. Yes, I can argue that weather was coming. There was a threat of weather on the way, and the race was coming towards the end. I get that, but we need to be more consistent about it. Like, just my God, dude, this is insanity to me. But like I said, just really glad Cody's okay because that was a ridiculously hard hit into the tire barrier, and I mean, brake rotor failures are no joke. I mean, before it was Kosovar had a brake rotor failure at Gateway a couple of years ago. He hit that wall very fucking hard. I mean, really hard. Noah Gragson, same deal. Had a brake rotor failure at Coda in 23. Dude had a concussion from it. Like, we need to address we need to be more, oh my God. We need to be more mindful about wrecks like this, okay? And the whole race was a shit show to begin with, but this made it even more of a shit show in my opinion. So we need to do better. That's all I can say. Red flag.
For the first time in history on a podcast, two of the same flags are going to be used. This is a black flag. I'm sorry.
It's unacceptable.
Okay. So this is only going to be a small crash out, but you just gotta once a driver hits like a bear or something or like spins around, you should instantly throw that caution, not just wait until like the end.
Well, okay, real quick before you continue crashing out, it is a road course. They don't immediately throw cautions for road courses if it's for a minor spin, right? Because if they're able to continue, good deal. But in this matter, since the car was stuck under the tire barrier and the winter net was already down by the time after 2 seconds after he hit the tire barrier, should have been a yellow immediately. But continue.
Yeah, it instantly should have been a yellow. Just that shit is insane.
Hey, I got a question for the two of you.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, what do NASCAR and the NFL have in common?
I can only imagine.
They are inconsistent with officiating calls.
No comment.
Case in point, the Kansas City Chiefs.
No, let's just get to the next topic.
Anyways, next topic.
I think this is the last topic.
Yes, this is the last topic.
Okay. Oh boy. Was the move on the final lap of Saturday's Xfinity race between Shane Van Gisbergen and Connor Zilisch fair or foul?
I assume I'm going first on this one.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, I see it as a hard racing deal. I mean, I can understand Connor's frustration because Connor had a really fast car at the end, and so did Shane. I mean, Shane did kind of use him up in one, but Connor did use him up two, to be fair. So I feel like Shane had every right to race him a little bit harder than that, right? I mean, he could have just totally jumped him. But Shane comes from a league where if you wreck somebody like that, you're automatically black flagged or disqualified. So, I mean, putting the bumper, I think he's finally learning that putting the bumper to somebody can have its benefits, but it also has its doubts, right? So, looking back at the replay, yeah, he raced him a little hard going into one, but, I mean, Shane has been kind of, excuse me, sorry. Since Shane has come over to NASCAR, he's finally learning that if you really want what you want, you got to put the bumper to somebody. I mean, Dale Earnhardt did it for years. Everybody else has done it. But in my opinion, you're going for the win. So, I mean, I could think it's completely fair. Do I wish it ended a little bit differently? Yeah, absolutely. I would have loved to see them both fight it out to the win instead of putting your teammate in the wall, the tire barrier. But it is what it is. What can you do about it? So, I'm yellow flag on it, though. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. This is hard for me to say because I've seen more incidents worse than this, right? And that's just typical hard street course, road course racing. You're both going for the win, and it's going to come down to a pissing match, basically. And unfortunately, it did. So, I don't know. Yellow flag.
I'm on yellow flag as well. Like, literally, it's how racing is here. You know, it is what it is. So, honestly, I think whatever happens, it's a little bit of a piss battle between two teammates. Then sure, it's kind of annoying, but just don't blatantly put somebody in the wall. Come on now, you gotta be better than that. I get it, but nothing else to say except yellow.
Okay, so there is a replay of this, by the way, and in the chat if you want to see this. But it looked like to me Connor did put Shane in the wall first. And then Shane just said, you know what? No, I'm going to do the same thing back to you. Fuck you. But kind of looks bad on Shane's part because, that's you just stuffed your mentor and your protege into the wall, right? So I don't know. It's I could go on a whole topic about this, but we'd be here for like 4 hours, and I'm trying not to be very critical about this because I've seen every single response under the sun about this everywhere, and I've heard very mixed opinions about this. But I personally think it was fair, 100%, because Robinson is racing. Channing?
I gotta say yellow flag because you guys just mainly took all the words out of my mouth, and this is where I hand over the mic to AJ.
All right, so that was it for green flag, red flag. As always, that was a very controversial but a good green flag, red flag segment this week. Thank you to Channy for reading off the topics. As always, we appreciate him. So this week, we're going to do something a little special before we close out the show. And we're going to look back on something that was very monumental in NASCAR history around this time 10 years ago. As a lot of people who have been in the sport for a long time know, around 10 years ago, on the 6th actually, we had the 2015 Coke Zero Sugar 400 at Daytona. So this is right around the July 4th weekend at Daytona. Why am I bringing up this race? Well, for those who do not remember, Austin Dillon was in a very violent wreck coming to the checker flag at the end of that race in overtime. Dale Earnhardt Jr. did win that race, and I remember that like it was yesterday. That race was rain delayed. It did not start till almost midnight, and we weren't done until almost 3 o'clock in the morning. The race was pretty chaotic, but Junior had control of that race very well. Car was really fast. That was win number 3 for the chassis Amelia. Amelia was the super speedway car that Hendrick ran for the 88 bunch for much of 2015 and 2016 until it got wrecked in the Daytona 500 in 2016. So, why am I bringing this up? Well, because I feel like it's appropriate to look back on this incident. And if ISO would like to share her screen to show these two a look back on these wrecks to get their reactions so we can look back at it. So we'll be right back and we'll go look back at this wreck and we'll give you guys our honest reactions.
Pace car is in, 10 for the mark. You are 5 away. Ready, green, green. All right, closer start here. You got closer help. The 6 spun his tires, so it's just you and the 11. 40 has no help right here, no help right here. He's on you tight here. You should get pushed by him here, just about quarter mark of 1 and 2, and he's still there. You're clear. Work both lanes here. 11 is not clear on the bottom. He's cleared him on the bottom. 11 is clear. Closer on the bottom. Watch the 11. He's 1 back. Not enough of a run, though. Half, half. Lane higher than you. Half. 1 back. 1 back. He's clear by 1. You're still clear by 1. He's clear by 1. 1 back. 1 back. He's still clear by 1. Still side by side in his mirror. He's playing with the bottom here. Stay with the bottom. Still side by side. 48 got to run on his outside. He's outside the 11. 48 someone outside. Protect high side. Protect high side. Protect high side. 48. All right, watch the bottom now from the 11. Watch the bottom. Here he comes. All right, buddy. Work both lanes here. They're pulling the air real hard here. Pull them both here. 11's going to get pushed through by the 4. He got pushed through. He's 2.5, 2 back, 1 back. Half, a lane higher, half. Half, 48's outside, and protect the high side again. Protect the high side from the 48. Here comes the 48. Here comes the 48. All right, back to the both even here. 48 still a little closer still with the 48. They're both even. 4 is trying to push the 11 through here. 4 is trying to push the 11. Work both lanes here. Pull that 48. Pull that 48. Keep coming here. Both coming. Here comes the 11. Protect the bottom. Checker flag right here. Big wreck in your mirror. Big wreck in your mirror. Oh no! Oh my God! Holy shit! That looked awful. Yeah, buddy, it's pretty bad. Oh no! Oh my fucking God, man! Did you see that shit? Good job, Dale. We're gonna have to stop on the checker flag. There's carnage. So. Guys, whoever's in that window, if he says he's okay, do not touch him. Do not touch him. If he's okay, do not get him out of the belts. Tell him to stay in there. Tell him to stay in there. He's already out, buddy. He's out of the car. He's already getting ready to get out. Is everybody all right? Yeah, everybody's all right. They gave a thumbs up already. Is everybody in the grandstands okay? Yeah, I don't see any commotion really in the grandstands here, buddy. I think everything, they're going to stop you short here. Don't come all the way down here. Yeah, 10-4. So all the drivers are good and everybody's good in the grandstands? Yeah, Austin's out of the car, and I don't see anybody really hurt in the grandstands. There's no real commotion or anything. I think everything's good. Maybe just a couple little minor pieces. That's good news. Man, that looked so scary. Yeah, he's waving to the crowd. Austin's fine, and everyone looks okay in the grandstands too. Good job. All night, man. I'll wait till make sure everybody's good till we start to celebrate. Good job, man. you did a heck of a job in there. I couldn't be more proud of what you did this weekend. Pit crew, road guys, you know, we had that plan. It's all one, worked out. Dale, you drove a heck of a race, everybody.
Junior with the lead.
Keep coming here, check the bottom. Checker flag right here, big wreck in your mirror. Oh no!
We got a terrible wreck behind you. Just hold her straight, buddy. Hold her straight. Hold her straight. Hold her straight. All right, over there.
Had a hell of a wreck here.
Holy crap, we got a terrible wreck behind you.
Big crash behind you, keep going.
Big wreck on the front. Big wreck on the front.
Oh my god, that is not good. That is not good.
Still pretty good. Spin here. Come through here. Come through here. I'll sit down. Oh, God. Slow him down. Slow down.
Stop dead nuts in the fence there.
Everybody all right down there? Everybody okay back here? He went over me. I went under him. Oh, God. Oh.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. shows the way, crosses over the block, Denny Hamlin into the triumph. Jr. scores the win. Spin at the start-finish line. Fire coming out, sparks everywhere. Everyone spinning. But Dale Earnhardt Jr. does the job. He gets it done tonight, winning for
Coming here, folks, coming over the 11, check the bottom, check the flag right here, big wreck in your mirror, big wreck in your mirror. Oh no! Oh my god! Holy that looks awful. Yeah buddy, it's pretty bad. Oh no.
Denny Hamlin into the triumph. Jr. scores the win. Here it spins on the line. Dale Earnhardt Jr. shows the way, crosses over the block. Denny Hamlin into the triumph. Jr. scores the win. Spins on the
Wide, too wide. All right, hang on to it. Gonna get hit right here. Nobody else is gonna hit you, just slide. All right, you all good.
fence. Just slow way down. Just slow way down. Oil. Way down. Way down. Everything's on the apron. You're probably wanting you to stop here. That's pretty big. 3 went in the fence, sitting on your left down there.
The worst when I came back around. But yeah, the fence and the cables, it's like a great cheese grater to a race car and just tears it apart. And unfortunately, all the energy with the turn on the front stretch, as the car comes apart, the energy is carrying the debris out into the grandstands.
A scary ride for the 3.
Yeah, that scared the hell out of me, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, man, did you see that? He's already out, buddy. He's out of the car. He's already getting ready to get out. Is everybody all right? Yeah, everybody's all right. They gave a thumbs up already. Trying to push the 11 through here. We're trying to push the 11. Work both lanes here. Pull that 48. Pull that 48. Keep coming here. Both coming. Here comes the 11. Check the bottom. Checker flag right here. Big wreck in your mirror. Big wreck in your mirror. Oh, no! Oh, my God!
Cars and into that catch fence.
Here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 50.5. And now it's just along for the ride. Yeah, watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like that's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
11 and the 4 to get together. Here we are at the start-finish line.
It just pushes the 3 up into the air enough that it rolls over the top of a car. And then that momentum just continues to move him into the catch fence. Kevin Harvick. What an incredible sight to see Austin Dillon walking away from that 3 car that is demolished.
So let me touch on this for a second because before I get to Checker's reaction. So you want to hear something crazy about that wreck?
Crazy? I was
No.
But
so
what's up?
When he hit the catch fence, he hit the catch fence at 195 miles an hour. And when he hit the catch fence, the car stopped to 0 immediately once he hit the fence. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Just here's the thing I want to say about that wreck. That wreck was during that time. Wrecks were already gnarly because we had a hard time keeping cars on the ground. Right, the Gen 6 was part of the reason why we race the Gen 7 car to this day is because the Gen 6 they were really fast on super speedways, right? And just that wreck alone, oof. Makes me very thankful how far we have come in safety over the last 25 plus years. You know, I feel like Dale was watching down on Austin Dillon when that wreck happened. You know what he said? Not yet, boy. Not yet. I'm just really glad Austin walked away from that unscathed with no injuries. And you could hear it in Dale Jr.'s voice, too. If you listen to the Dale Jr. audio feed from that one, my God, I feel for him. Like, I remember watching that race live. I was 17 when this happened, so I remember I was just, that was the quickest I went from being, oh my God, we just won a Daytona. Oh, sweet. Oh my God. Holy shit. That's a really bad wreck. And the scarier part about that wreck is more so it's not really when he hit the catch fence, is when he landed and Brad hit him again, right? Because then I thought, oh, he's got to be seriously hurt at this point. And I remember seeing that window net go down. I'm like, oh, thank you, God. Thank the Lord he's okay. Checker, what are your thoughts?
Sorry, I was in the middle of calculating my fucking McDonald's order. Um, so honestly, I said this before. I'll say again. When I was talking to AJ, I said, "This is why I'm so goddamn glad they have been fixing up these cars over the years from like many of the generations. I'm so glad the safety has gotten better and better. That right there is an example of why the safety is important, because if something would have happened right there, that would have been like something really worse for Austin Dillon or any other driver. During those times, it's just a scary feeling, and I'm glad that Austin Dillon came out unscathed. And holy shit, it's hard to watch because I've seen that video multiple times. I've watched previous crash clips before, and I'm like, I sometimes ask, how the fuck is he still alive? I still ask that question to this day. Like, how is Austin Dillon walking still? And I'm just like, wow, because you don't know, because literally. You can literally be on the track one time, and then the car is literally off the ground the next. So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I agree. And believe it or not, that car's actually on display at a Bass Pro Shops in Missouri. Take that into consideration. But yeah, the reason why we wanted to show this is because that kind of wreck is kind of monumental for a lot of reasons. And, this is kind of a reminder that this sport is not exactly a very safe sport. And I'm just very thankful we didn't lose any lives that night. That's why I bring this up every year. But that wreck alone is insane. And not to mention, the following week at Kentucky for the truck race, Ben Kennedy took a very nasty hit and got a little airborne going into turn 2. Just that span of a week is insane to me. And just, I'll never forget it. All right, with that out of the way, let's get to our picks for Sonoma. As always, the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series are going to Sonoma this weekend. Checker, who do you got?
For my Xfinity pick for Sonoma, give me Shane Van Gisbergen. I'm gonna think he's gonna do it again. And for my dark horse for Sonoma for Xfinity, give me Connor Zillage. Wait, no, not Connor. I'm sorry. Give me I don't know. Give me Taylor Gray. I think there's a chance. So, yeah. And for Cup, I'm going to go lucky here. I'm going to go a little bold. Obviously, I want Christopher Bell to take it all and try to win. And for my dark horse for Cup, let's go a little bit odd out because you never know. Give me Eric Jones as my dark horse. And that was my Sonoma picks.
Okay.
For my Xfinity pick, I am going to go with Sam Mayer.
Ooh. And your dark horse?
Let me see. I am not picking Garrett Smithley because fuck him.
He's not in the race, though, this week.
Good. Give me Kyle Sieg.
What?
What?
And here we go with this bullshit again. You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna get my cup picks out of the way, and I'm just gonna stay silent for the rest of the damn podcast.
No. Hold on. You picked. Who did you pick to win?
I said I picked Sam Mayer as a race to win.
Oh, okay.
No,
I was about to.
No, he said Kyle Sieg was his dark horse.
You need help with picking. You need some serious help with picking.
I know.
You really do. All right, your cup picks.
Anyways, for my cup picks, Daniel Suarez, and my dark horse, AJ Allmendinger.
Xfinity. I will take. Yeah, I'll take SVG for the win. Why not? I mean, it's going to be obvious. He's going to be really good. He was really good. He was really good last year. I think he can do it again. He won here last year. I mean, it was a fierce battle between him and Ty Gibbs. My dark horse, I will take Taylor Gray as well. Taylor Gray's been really good on the road courses this year. I think it's time for him to finally show his true colors. Cup, I will take Chris Buescher. We've come very close here the last 3 years. I think it's time we finally get the win. My dark horse, I will take Michael McDowell. But just remember, I will probably be crying in misery if Michael McDowell does win, because you know what that means for us? We are FUCKED, fucked. But anyway, so real quick, I gotta ask a question. Why did you pick Kyle Sieg as your dark horse?
I mean, I don't know why he picked Kyle Sieg, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If this was Super Speedway week, sure, but.
Oh, I was expecting him to pick, I don't know, Riley Herbst, Jesse Love. Oh, I don't know, maybe Connor Zillich. You picked Kyle Sieg!
This is gonna be the greatest debate ever. The greatest debate ever. Who from Channy? Who had the worst pick this year? The fucking Garrett Smithley one or the Kyle Sieg one this year?
Garrett Smithley, by far.
Yep, I'm definitely drinking after this podcast.
No, you are not. Not if you don't pass me one first.
Shit. Actually,
I mean, my question to Checker especially is, are you sure you want to pick Christopher Bell?
I mean, I know he's good at road courses, but I don't know why. I feel like I have a little bit of I feel like I have a little chip under my shoulder. I might obviously get it wrong, but hey, you gotta do something. You gotta switch it up a bit, in the pace.
Yeah, I guess I'm okay with that.
So,
well, on that note,
actually,
wait, what?
I was gonna say before we close off. We are closing off. So I was gonna remember that tweet you put it in chat, about who is the greatest greatest non-American.
Oh, I totally forgot.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, why do we talk about that for the closing?
All right, so Checker did mention this. I completely forgot about this. So I was going through Twitter the other night, and I wanted to I really wanted to ask this question for Sonny, but from the looks of it, unfortunately, he's not going to make it because we're towards the end of the episode. So I know these two haven't really been around the sport that long, but in your guys' opinion, who is the greatest non-American NASCAR driver? So you have SVG, Juan Pablo Montoya, Daniel Suarez, and Marcus Ambrose.
Honestly, Marcus Ambrose is a good one. I'd say Marcus Ambrose is a great one. Great pick. But SVG's up there. Okay, let me actually twist this around for you, actually, sir. If you had to build a Mount Rushmore, like a Mount Rushmore of 4 on the mountain, like for non-American NASCAR drivers, how would your Mount Rushmore look?
It would go Juan Pablo Montoya, SVG, Marcus Ambrose, and Daniel Suarez. Juan Pablo Montoya was really good on road courses, no doubt about it. He actually, someone brought this up in that tweet, and I totally forgot about it, but Juan Pablo Montoya's strongest oval was Atlanta, and he would run top 5 with Jeff Gordon, with Tony Stewart, with Kevin Harvick, drivers in that era, running in the top 5 on an oval in an era where we had 900 horsepower stock cars. That's impressive to me. The dude was a wheelman. And I really wish I would have seen Juan Pablo. I will die on this hill. Juan Pablo Montoya should have won the Brickyard 400 in 2009. If he had never spent on pit road, I think easily he would have won that race because he had a really fast car that day. And I still hate it for him. That's one of the few moments in motorsports I actually, when we talk about biggest heartbreaks, that's a big one. And it's really unfortunate because he didn't even speed that much. He went like 2 miles over the pit road speed limit. And NASCAR just said, fuck you. No win for you. But unfortunate he only had 2 wins in NASCAR in the Cup Series. His Xfinity career, he has a win at Mexico City, and that one was kind of controversial, but he was a really solid road course racer. And I don't know, man. It's just, I wish he had a little bit more in his career with ovals especially. So, what about you guys? What do you think? Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and close out the show here because we've been here for a little bit. Thank you guys, as always, for watching and listening. We appreciate every single one who shows support to this show. I know it's not much right now, but we're slowly building up, and it's all thanks to you guys. As always, please comment, like, and subscribe. This is AJ signing out, and please, drink your fucking water.
This is Shanny signing out, and we will see you guys on the flip side.